What's up, guys? This is Charlie. So today's topic is, what about your friends that still smoke weed? What about your friends? I ain't gonna stand around. I ain't gonna let you down again. Okay, so you're on your journey. You're quitting weed, but you still have a friend circle that still smokes weed. And this is a big dilemma when you come in a time in your life where you want to change. You're progressing as a person, but the people around you still smoke weed. Do you let them go? Do you still be friends? What do you do? So first off, I would say if we are on a personal journey of growth, we should never judge it, or we should never do things based on what our friends are doing or based on what our friends are not doing. I mean, unless you are a 16-year-old girl in high school, we should be to the point where we're doing things based on our own decisions, our own mind, our own thoughts, and not still being guided by peer pressure, if you will. So first, you have some friends, you've quit smoking, and I will say naturally, well, I would pose the question, is weed the only thing that ties you and your friend together? When you quit smoking, are they demonizing you for quitting smoking? Are they like, are you a weirdo? Are you weird? Are you lame? Are you boring now? You know, a true friend shouldn't judge you based on your personal growth. And also, as the journey of becoming an adult, becoming your own person, I mean, we do change. We do have the option to change ourselves and not stay the same in our lives. So, a true friend should respect that. He or she should know that, you know, as years come, this person may change, values change, interests change, hobbies change, mindsets change, values change. This just comes with living life. And your friend should be probably the most less judgmental person around you, if they are a true friend. So, I thought you was going to poop. So I would say, if you are on your personal journey of quitting weed, you should not be guided about what your friends think or what your friends are doing. You may also feel like, I can't hang around my friends because they still smoke weed. I got kind of mixed. I got two sides of it. Okay, so I do think if you are quitting weed and your friends are still smoking, you shouldn't be hanging around with them all day, every day. Personally, my best friend, we're now in our mid-30s, over the hill, going towards our later 30s. And there was a point in my life where it would consist of us hanging out all day, smoking weed all day, going to other friends' houses, smoking out, getting some snacks, getting some lunches, getting some food, and just having a grand old ball. Okay, but when you get older, you get more serious jobs, you get spouses, you get children, you don't have time to smoke weed over random people's houses all day. Well, my best friend still might do that, which I would find that quite, I couldn't imagine still like going over people's houses all day just smoking weed. So if your friend is one of those types where they're just consumed with doing things you were doing in your early 20s, in your teens, no, you should not be hanging out with them all day, every day, if you're on a journey of trying to quit weed, trying to better yourself. I think naturally, if you actually are serious about quitting weed, you're probably serious about other areas in your life as well. and you probably don't want to hang with them all day, every day. But on the other side of this, okay, do you just stop talking to your friend altogether? I would say no to that as well, because the ultimate goal of quitting weed is that although we shouldn't put ourselves in positions to backtrack or to relapse, we should get to a mindset where I can be around weed, I can smell weed, and it still not affect my decision to smoke. I can see a blunt and be like, okay, good for you, I won't partake. So, hold on, guys. Okay, so we should get to a point where if we're around weed, but we don't have to smoke, where we have a strong enough mental capacity to handle being in the presence of it and not being led to actually partake like our old selves. So, you know, if you do hang out with your friend or you do catch up on old times and they decide to fire a blunt up, fire a joint up, that don't miss out on your friendship because you just don't want to. You don't miss out on your friendship because you're judging them based on what they're still doing. I would like for you to have a strong enough mind to where you can be around that every now and then and still not partake. I mean, even if you want to partake, if you're comfortable with knowing I can smoke once, twice a year and not pick up a habit again, more power to you. But in most cases, when people fell into weed addiction, we know we can't just smoke a blunt one day and, you know, not fall back into the cycle of addiction. So I would say my third stance about it is weed the only thing that ties you and your friend together still? And if so, that's probably a flaw in you guys' friendship. Friendship should be based on common bonds, common interests, a general respect for one another, memories you guys have built up over the years. And if you stop smoking weed and y'all don't have anything in common, then you probably didn't have a strong enough friendship to begin with. And also, you know, maybe it's for the better. We also feel we're in an age where now people don't want to grow up. We don't want to be adults. We don't want to progress as human beings. So we still feel like we should have friends, our same high school friends, our whole life. And maybe some people, and maybe I have a biased opinion on the idea of friends. I have a family. I have children. I don't have time for friends. I do not have time for friends. You know, if you want to stop by every now and then, say, hey, how you doing? I personally don't need friends to get by at life. Like, I have enough on my plate with my career, my family. I have enough on my plate to occupy my time. I don't think grown adults just need this weekly entertainment of friends. Learn to be content with yourself. You know, it's
Do you think it's time for you to quit cannabis? Well, I encourage you to make that transition to a new life, free from the chains of weed addiction. It's up to you to make that change, but sometimes we may need a little guided help. So I created a 30-day guided journal to quit cannabis. This journal helps you go through a 30-day process to create a new life. I am a strong believer of people helping themselves, but without being told what to do like a child. But we do need to be steered in the right direction sometimes. Each day focuses on a thought or idea for that day and prompts you to write down your own thoughts and your own reasons. This will help you understand yourself and your addiction. By the end of the 30 days, you will see a clear path on how to create a new life of marijuana sobriety. If you need the motivation to take control like I did, please visit Amazon to purchase the 30-day guided journal to quit cannabis. Your future self will thank you.
And not saying you can't have friends, but if you don't see a friend for a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or talk to them, it's no big deal. And if you don't have enough going on in your life to where you don't have other things occupying it and you are an adult, then I would suggest you find a hobby. Okay, let's say you are a person who you do strive on friendship, you do strive on community. Find a new group of friends that are going through the same struggle or the same journey as you. From this channel to other channels to Facebook groups, there are many groups and organizations that are dedicated to people who are on the same journey of trying to quit weed. Specifically, use social media what it's for, to connect with these people that do have like values, that are going through the same thing that you're going through. Because a lot of times we'll feel like if we are on this journey alone by ourselves and our friends are still smoking, our family is still smoking, everyone around me is still smoking, it's becoming more acceptable on TV, maybe you feel like you are alone. But there are many people out here going through the same struggle that you are. So use social media for what it's for. Find like-minded people. Find new friends that you can connect on this level to where you do have a sense of community. So, you can find some new friends that are on your same journey as you. Your friend also should respect where you are in life. Again, if it's a true friend and y'all are bounded by more things than just weed, they should understand that you are at a different point in life. You can still be best friends and not see eye to eye on every single thing. Again, my best friend, which I still consider my best friend, we don't talk every day. We don't talk quite frequently, but we can still see each other, pick back up, laugh, but we just can't hang out on a daily basis. Right before I quit, he was really my last connection to weed, because I had stopped going to random weed men and I would just buy my weed from him. So he was like my last connection to still being tied to weed. And I was, if I quit smoking, we kind of we'll never really see each other. He won't really want to come around and hang out because he feel like, Joe Chaz is boring. His house is boring. But I think if you're quitting weed, it's more changing than you just quitting weed. You probably do have other areas in your life that you are improving in. And a person who wants to be stuck in the same cycle of smoking weed all day, they probably have other areas in their life too that they're not dealing with. So it's for me and my friend, it was more than just weed. Again, he likes to go to the club still. He hangs out all the time. He goes from woman to woman. He's not really being the best father he can be. We just have different values at this point of our life in a lot of areas besides weed. And weed was something that was still just holding our relationship on by a thread. So if you do have a friend, you have friends that are still smoking, I would say do not let your decision be shaped by what they're doing. Be your own person. Be an adult. What are you gonna ignore your progression in life? Ignore your opportunity because you're afraid of what your friend may feel or what your friend may think? Let's grow up. Let's be an adult. We're not in high school anymore. So, but the same token, don't be an asshole to your friend. Don't be like, oh, you smoke weed. You can't then I can still talk to him and laugh and joke. We don't even have to talk about weed. Like, I quit, and what's been going on? How's your kids doing? How's this? Remember when this happened? I mean, we don't have to talk about weed. And if your friend is using that, if he's constantly or she's constantly bringing up you not smoking weed, and that's an issue, then, you know, maybe you have an issue. But don't go around your friends and be like, oh, I don't smoke weed, and you guys still do that, and I'm this and I'm that. You know, don't be an asshole yourself. But embrace a new journey in your life. And a lot of times when we progress in life, you get more lonely. You lose friends. Just understand that, you know, you don't keep the same friends all stages in your life. There are certain people that are there in your life for certain and particular seasons, and be content with, you know, things change, people change, you change. Hopefully you are changing, because we all should be evolving on a daily basis. If we're not trying to evolve as a person, if we're not trying to be a better person, then, you know, your life is stagnant, and a stagnant life is a shitty life. So evolve, and don't let your friends persuade you if they're not evolving. So that's what I would say about friends who still smoke weed. So what do you guys feel? Do you find it difficult to quit because you do have friends? Do you find it difficult to still hang out with them? Do you find it easy? Do you be like, you know, they don't affect me here or there? I would like to know what you feel. So, guys, like, subscribe, share. Most importantly, comment below. And until next time, guys, remember, we are all in this together.